Well, today we're here with Shelby Madison.
Yeah.
Welcome to your Shelby Madison show. Well, it's good to hanging with you, Shelby.
Yeah, good hanging with you too, Moss. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. We filmed your first music video, Aint The One.
Yes. Yeah.
You and me and the whole team.
Uh-huh.
All right. Tell us a little bit about Shelby Lynn Madison.
Okay, so
how you grew up and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm 18. I grew up in a small town called King George, Virginia. My parents had a bluegrass band growing up, so I've been around music my whole life, basically. I started playing the guitar when I was 10, and I was brought up on all the good old country music like George Jones, Merle Haggard, Hank Williams Jr., Keith Whitley, all the good stuff.
Wow. So your mom and dad play bluegrass together, or?
Yeah, so they had a bluegrass band when I was growing up, and my whole dad's side of the family actually plays music as well. So
you had no choice.
I really had no choice. I've been singing since I could talk. So
what are your musical influences then?
Merle Haggard, Hank Williams Jr., George Jones, Miranda Lambert, Riley Green.
A wide variety.
I want to be like the outlaw kind of style country.
Gotcha. So I'm curious to understand how and when did music become, the thing that you wanted to do?
My parents had a bluegrass band growing up, and so I've just been around music my whole life. And I started playing guitar when I was 10, and at 16 it was time to get a job. So it was time to make a little bit of money, make a little bit of gas money. So
you can buy a better guitar?
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
So you've been around them since you were a little kid, and you start singing as soon as you could.
I used to always sing my song, "You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man." That was my signature song that I always used to sing everywhere I went.
So how old are you now?
So I just turned 18. Well, I didn't just turn 18. I'm like 18 and a half. I turned 18 last November. Yeah, so I'm finally an adult.
We talked about you were very young, you were around your mom and dad playing bluegrass. How old were you actually when you started playing?
When I started playing the guitar, I was actually like 9 or 10, I believe, because my parents, obviously, they both played the guitar, so I would pick up their instruments, and I kind of started showing interest in it a little bit.
Yeah.
So my dad took me, my mom was at work. I think it was like a holiday. I didn't have school that day, and my dad didn't have work that day, but my mom was at work. And he actually took me to Guitar Center and bought me my first guitar, which is a Martin. And then Mom came home. She had no clue about it. He bought me a guitar and an amp, and it was not, he just went all out. And Mom came home, and she's like, "We have like millions of guitars." She really hasn't even picked up one yet. That was the worst money that was the worst decision you've ever made, but it turned out being the best decision, because that's like my life.
I bet you would agree about that now. So was that a small, how old were you when your dad bought you this guitar?
I think I was 9.
Okay, so he didn't buy you a little guitar, it was like a regular adult size?
Well, it was an adult size, but it was like small enough for me.
Do you still have it today?
I still have it today. As a matter of fact, I didn't get my second guitar till I was 18. Then my parents bought me a Gibson.
So you had your Martin for a long time until recently then?
Oh yeah, that's the guitar I've played. That's the guitar I've opened up for Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and Diamond Rio on. So
wow.
Yeah.
That has some history.
Oh yeah.
It goes on the wall.
Definitely.
Thanks, man. I know you're writing songs, so when did you start writing songs, and what inspires you in your writing?
Well, I think I wrote my first song when I was 14, and real life just kind of inspires my writing, things that people can relate to, that I know they can relate to, heartbreak, a bunch of things that they can relate.
Aren't those the best?
Heck yeah.
Right, come over there so we can write a song about heartbreaks, yes.
Yeah.
Real life experiences.
Yes.
What were your first song about? Do you remember? I mean, you must have been very young, but
I think it was something stupid. I can't really
yeah,
remember.
well, it's not stupid. You were just younger. How old were you when you wrote your
I was
song?
14. Actually, I was in the 9th grade, and I had a creative writing class that I had to do a presentation on. And most people were writing stories, and I was like, well, this would be a good time to write a song because I've been trying to write a song. I think it was actually about a boy that I was like talking to. That's what I think it was about. But
Right.
I mean, it was my first song.
It was more innocent.
Right. When I wrote it, I played it for a friend, and they were like, "You call that country?" But it was country.
Right.
Everything I've written is going to be country.
Right. What today inspires you in your writing? Now you're a little bit older.
Real life situations. My song "Ain't the One" that you guys knew, that was about a boy that I had went out with, and I just knew he was not the one because
So that's a real story.
He was not country at all. And I mean, we had went on our first date, and yeah, it just did not go good. So
How many days did you go before you broke up?
we weren't even dating. We just went on a date.
You
And
realized the difference.
yeah. And I mean, I don't even think he was interested after our first date, anyways, because I
Right.
mean, we just did not click like
He
that.
was obviously so different.
Right.
So it's interesting in the video because we filmed it for you, which was so much fun. Ain't The One,
Yeah.
where I think in the music video you were, so to speak, engaged, and you tossed him the ring back, and there is a great exploration of your real experience.
Right.
This first date, you took it a little further, and you took it to the next level with your writing, which I really appreciate.
Well, thank you, Mats. Yeah.
So Nashville.
Oh yeah.
So tell us more about your recording in Nashville, Shelby.
It was awesome, Mats. I mean, it was awesome. I got to meet a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
A lot of cool people were on my singles. So it was awesome, and I mean, it was a great experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And Ken, he's a great producer. The people that were on it, they finished within like an hour, the musicians. So, I mean, and it was a song they had never even heard before. I mean, it's the best of the best. It was the best of the best.
I heard that the studio artists, the studio musicians are really, really good.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, I've had, like, a guy that sung the backups. He's sung with like Carrie Underwood, Brad Paisley, every country music artist too. So to even be in the same room with them, and then the producer that actually produced me got kind of Luke Combs started a little bit. So I mean, just to be in the room with those people and knowing I'm singing on the microphone that Luke Combs sang on, that's just crazy.
That's crazy
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That must be very inspiring
Oh
to
yeah.
be there.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Go Nashville. Go Shelby, Nashville. I want to ask you a little bit about your first single you just released, Ain't The One, right?
Yeah.
Have you found the one yet?
I don't know, man. That's complicated. But back to like the song "Ain't the One." There's a lot of "Ain't the Ones" out there, and I feel like a lot of girls can relate to that. And it was just a fun song to write. Like it just came like fast, and it was fun.
It's clear. The message is clear,
Oh
right?
yeah, and the video is real clear too.
Yeah. So how old? Do you see yourself getting married one day?
Probably one day. I don't know if it's gonna be somebody around here, but it might be somebody in the music business. Only God knows. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right now, it's your career first. I was
Right now, it's the career first. I mean, I do have not a special someone, but somebody that I think a lot of right now. But we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, I wish you the best.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, so we filmed Ain't The One. Tell us about the film and the filming. Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Oh yes, it was fun. Probably my favorite part in there is when I like flicked the ring and he was like, "What?" Like that was kind of the aha moment, and then I ran off with the other guy in the video. It was so fun to make, and you did a great job, Mods. I love the video, and I've got a lot of good feedback on it too. So
Good.
So
I want to ask you a little bit about your latest release called Lonely Love, right?
Yeah.
Where did that come from, that song?
So, I mean, as you guys, well, as a lot of people know, when you're trying to pursue a dream and a career, you can't really get caught up in anything, because that's got to be your main focus until you get to where you're going, of course. And you need to have people that match your energy and stuff. And it can get very lonely at times, because, I mean, gifted me with, and I love music. That's what gets me through everything. So
What's your biggest stage? What's your dream stage of all stages?
So I've always wanted to play on the Grand Ole Opry. That's probably, I mean, when you're in that circle, you know how many people you don't even know how many people have stood in there in that same circle you're standing on that same mic singing. I mean, just to be in the room, to be able to sing on the Grand Ole Opry, that would be like crazy. Yeah, and we did a backstage pass, and you actually got to go in actually backstage and like look at the rooms and stuff. And it's crazy how many people they've told you have been in there, from Minnie Pearl to George Jones to the newest up and coming artists. I mean, it's crazy.
That's your dream.
That's one of the biggest stage. That's one of the stages that I definitely want to play on. But of course, I want to be playing in arenas. And
so your new single, Lonely Love, is released, right? Mm-hmm. So are you having a video coming along with that soon?
Yes, I actually am. So I'm actually plan to record that on July 11th. So a little bit after that, and you're actually going to be the one filming it. So,
I am.
Yeah, so are you excited or what?
I'm super excited. What do you have going on now then, Shelby, and what's coming next?
Of course, I'm going to release my video, and then I'm trying to write as much as possible, because I'm going back to Nashville the end of July, and we're going to record either 2 or 3 more singles. I don't know yet, but so I'll be posting more music here soon. And
do you have an embarrassing stage stories, Shelby, you can share with us?
when I did my contest for 93.3 to do the fest, to open up for Nitty Gritty Dirt Band in Diamond Rio, it was the last competition, and I think there was 4 people in it, and I was it was either 3 or 4, but anyways, I was up on stage singing my song. I think it was Modern Day Bonnie and Clyde by Travis Tritt. And I was just singing along, and then all of a sudden the mic just drops. I mean, it continues to drop, and I'm just like...
Slowly sinking,
and I just see like my loss like right in front of me. So I just keep playing. I'm like, I just look at my parents, and I'm like help, like I'm giving them a look like help. So
how old were you then at that time?
I was 16. So my mom, she runs up on the stage, and she jumps, and she just falls right in the middle of the stage. So she fell right in front of everybody.
She
was okay, but then, I mean, nothing was stopping her from getting to that mic. So I think it was like 30 seconds, and she got back up, and she was like, looked at everybody like, I'm okay, and then she was just standing there holding the microphone, and it was so embarrassing, because she just was standing there holding the microphone. Like, she couldn't have just like fixed the microphone or something. She was just kneeling down holding the microphone. So I mean, yeah, that was, but I mean, I ended up winning that competition.
Oh, really?
So
wonderful.
So maybe that was a good thing that happened. And then another embarrassing story I have is I actually won that competition, and that allowed me to open up for Nitty Gritty Dirt Band in Diamond Rio. Yeah. And when I got to open up for them, there was a sound guy that told me to come over, and he was going to introduce me to somebody. So I went over there, and I was talking, and I knew it was a guy from one of the bands, either Nitty Gritty Dirt Band or Diamond Rio. And that previous year, I had won my King George High School variety show singing Fishing in the Dark by Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. So I was excited to tell that story, and I got up to the man, and I was like, we were just talking, and then I said, yeah, and by the way, like, I won my high school variety show singing y'all's song Fishing in the Dark. And he's like, honey, that's a good song, but you got the wrong group. And I just felt like this big. I was like...
So that was an honor opening up for them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I grew up on that song, so
Wow.
especially to open up for it.
Were you nervous?
Actually, I've never really been nervous my whole life. Like getting up on stage, it's not really a nervousness. It's like I'm excited to like play. Like
Can't wait to get up there.
Right. I kind of get butterflies, but not like from being nervous. Like just anxious. Like.
Right. You love it.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where can people find your music, Shelby?
So you can find my music on all platforms: iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, my Instagram, which is Shelby's Music, my Facebook, which is Shelby Lynn Madison. All you pretty much have to do is type in Shelby Lynn Madison on the internet, and you'll find pictures of me. And then if you keep scrolling, you'll find my music, Ain't The One and Lonely Love. And I'm releasing my new video, Lonely Love. My new video for Lonely Love, that's going to be coming out soon. So.
Right. So you're all over the place.
I'm all over the place. That's right.
Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, so you guys check me out, and also I have a website that you guys can check out too. It's got merch and it's got all kinds of stuff on it. So that would be pretty cool if you guys would check it out. And you can find that on the internet by simply typing in ShelbyLynnMadison.com. So.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me, Mats. It was fun.
Amazing love is here to stay. Shelby Madison going on stage. Oh!
Woo!
I mean, this is not a country thing. I guess it's like.
That's what I did in the video.
Is that country too? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of country.